Saturday afternoon with the NBA here on and before.
Guys have told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense.
Thanks, David. Though our Silver Club's already enduring plenty of ups and downs. We see it every day in the league. How many games into the season does it take to know exactly what kind of team you've got, and then where you need to proceed from that point on?
Well, I think obviously you typically see some level of separation between the championship contending teams almost in the first 20 games. If somebody's getting out to a 15-1 start, you know that typically speaking, they're going to be in it for the long haul. I think the fascinating aspect of the NBA season typically is in those 5 through maybe 10 slots in the respective Eastern and Western Conference, right?
Yes.
Because so often, Kevin, we're seeing 2 or 3 games separate maybe the 5th team from the 10th team. That means all of those teams are potential playoff teams. And what does the organization decide to do? Do they decide to try to make a run toward a playoff possibility? Or are they saying, boy, we don't really think we're there yet. Perhaps we need to think about what's our draft status.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Hornets. Lights out there with Lee. And there's B-Train, and it's the Beast, and it's Rivers in at the 5 down low. Rivers a screen on Kidd. Pass to B-Train. Back to Joseph. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Shot's good by Lee.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Jefferson, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's B-Train. Joseph with the ball. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up.
Drops in the tray.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Lee against Gill. Lee kicks to Joseph. Rivers a screen on Kidd. Kidd against Joseph. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Jason Kidd. The Hornets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Here's Joseph. 32 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Rivers a screen on Kidd. Stolen. And now it's Kidd running. He can go all the way, and it's in there. Kidd's got 5.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Passes it to Rivers. That one, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
You could see them trying to find some sort of rhythm on the offensive end, but the more they forced it, the less effective it was.
Now the pass to Joseph. Just 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Jefferson with some nice D.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
And too long on the shot.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Kidd against Joseph. Pass to Wolf. Fires the three. That's a miss. His second after 2 shots.
1 for 4 right now. A little sluggish coming out of the gate.
Kidd kicks to Jefferson. Jefferson missing again.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
The Hornets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. First one falls for. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Gill. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Screen by Jefferson. Kidd sets the pick for Lopez. The feed to Jefferson. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Tries again. Got him with the bump fake, but couldn't finish.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
The Nets with the lead. Outside for Kidd. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. This one the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game. Hornets trail by 4. Rivers kicks to Joseph. On the wing, Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Kidd passes to Gill. Screen by Jefferson. And Lopez has it in the corner. Pass to Kidd. 6 on the shot clock. And Lopez has it in the corner. Jefferson with a 3. Second chance effort. And it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Passes to Wolf. To the inside. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Gill kicks to Kidd. Lopez outside. Dishes it to Kidd. Lopez inside. He's guarded by Rivers. And Brook Lopez again.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Here's the beast. Defended by Jefferson. And now the first time out called here for the Hornets. Of course, I didn't know this. You grew up the youngest of 8 children. In what way, if any, did that help you develop the competitive edge you've been known for throughout your terrific career?
You know, I have 4 older brothers, and we played sports my entire life. I picked up the game of basketball at 7, and if you didn't have a little toughness with 4 brothers trying to compete against them, you were going to be in some trouble. So this game has been absolutely great to me.
I'm sure you remember the first time you picked up a basketball and dribbled a basketball.
No question about it, Kevin. 7 years old, running through some hedges like I was coming out of a locker room. It was special. Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man, and you deliver the ball right away. Now
Brand. Here's Joseph. On the wing, Lee. They grab their own miss.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Lopez sets a screen for Harris. Martin kicks to Lopez. And it goes down 2 points. Lopez has got 8.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Joseph against Harris. Back to Joseph. Lee outside. Fires from deep. Got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. Just 2 to shoot. Joseph dishes to Brand. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Cutting the screen. Stolen by Joseph. And Joseph slings it home.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's rising to the occasion as you're trying to keep pace on the scoreboard.
There's the pass to Wolf. That ties the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Brooklyn's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Harris passes to Johnson. It's deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempt so far for Brooklyn.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Garcia, he's checked in for the Hornets. Down low. For 3, Harris. The Hornets pull it in.
The blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
Now, here's Joseph. He has 6. Shot clock at 5. Lee. And it's sent back by Lopez. And he recovers it. Lee gets the bucket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Harris against Joseph. To stop the run. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
Lee with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Garcia passes to Big Dog. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Hornets lead by 2.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
Here's Harris. Count it. Harris has got his second basket of the game. .104 left here in the opening quarter. There's a screen. And Joseph kicks to Lee. Lopez with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Johnson's got the ball. A leaner. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Hornets have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. Free throw good. Lee.
I think, you look back on some of the point guards who have become head coaches in the NBA. Kenny Atkinson of the Nets, one of those guys, led the University of Richmond to the Sweet 16 back in 1988.
Jason Kidd is checked in for the Nets. The Hornets also with the sub. Campbell's checked in. Outside Kidd. Martin with a screen on Lee. Three-pointer, Kidd. No good on that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lee outside. 5 on the clock. Brand sets a screen for Lee. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Martin. Van Horn. That one doesn't drop. And don't go away. We'll be right back. It's been a tight one so far as we get the second. Charlotte in the lead. So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. They've got the Prophet. Big Dog is out there with Big Cat. Then there's Campbell, and it's Lyons in at the 2. Here's Garcia. And Van Horn pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Kicks it to Johnson. Dish now to Kidd. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Doris with defensive rules now allowing teams to play a sort of soft zone. Does that make it easier to hide bad defensive players on your team?
Well, it certainly gives you one avenue. I don't think you can play zone in the NBA for any extended periods because the coaching is too good and the skill level of the players would destroy a zone if you gave a steady diet of it. I do believe, however, that hiding a defensive weakness comes down to personnel. How many can you hide on one particular floor? Somebody's going to get exposed somewhere if there's too many.
No doubt. 6 to shoot. Harris against Kim. Here's Lyons. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give them it. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Johnson's shot is off. Hornets leading by 3. Here's Garcia. Kidd grabs the board. Shoots from 12. That one wide left. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. They set the pick. Campbell kicks to Garcia. Big Dog the pass to Campbell. Over in the corner, Brand. Out to the right wing. Campbell against Harris. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Outside, Garcia. Second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Now it's a 5-point Hornets lead.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Good work there as it goes. 12 points for Jason Kidd.
That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. There's a good screen. Campbell, the pass to Lyons. Here's Campbell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside, Garcia. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They are just killing him on the interior.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Nets trail by 6. Here's Kidd. Here's Kidd. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Big Dog getting his third rebound tonight.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. Gill kicks to Kidd. Shoots over Campbell. But he gets it back. Kidd passes to Gill. Back to Kidd. Another shot. He lays it in. Kidd's got 14 points.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Here's Dio. Now Campbell to the wing on the left. Drills it from outside. 6 points for ABC. Here's Gill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. They set the pick. In the corner, it's Martin. Here's Gill. Floats one, and he lays it up and in. Gill's got his first 2 points.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
And here's Garcia. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. Screen by Brandt. Kicks it out to Garcia. Pass to Campbell. Back to Garcia. From deep. And another 3 for Charlotte.
We had a D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Campbell against Kidd. Martin the screen. It's Kidd with the drop. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here is Brand. Brand, a screen on Kidd. Campbell, the pass to Lyons. Brand outside. Feeds to Garcia. Screen by Brand. Garcia's shot is good. Garcia's got 10.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And that's a foul called on Money. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Hornets. Rivers, he's checked in for Big Dog. P-Train comes in for Big Cat. And it's the Beast in for ABC. Stolen by Rivers. Here's Wolf. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Lopez, he's checked in for Kenyon Martin. Nets trail by 10. Kidd kicks to Lopez. There's the pick to the inside. And that's going to be a travel.
And here's a look at some numbers for the Prophet. Last year, getting it done. 8th in field goal percentage, 17th in three-point field goal percentage, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Passes to Wolf. 6 to shoot.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And there's a whistle that goes on P-Train. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Joseph, he's checked in for Campbell. And stolen by Garcia. Here's Joseph. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lopez a screen. Shot to stop the run. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And he's good on the 3-ball. 11 points for Joseph.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now. How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
Here's the Beast. A 26-point game for him in the win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
Charlotte making a switch here. Lee's checked in. Gill the pass to Kidd. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Joseph leading the charge. A nice shot by Rivers.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Nets trail by 20. Kidd passes to Abdul Rahim. They set the pick. Kidd kicks to Jefferson. Here's Abdul Rahim, who's coming off a 13-point game against Washington.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Devin Harris is checked in for Jason Kidd. Gill kicks to Harris. Lopez a screen. Here's Gill. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Joseph kicks to Lee. There's B-Train, guarded by Harris. Shoots it up. Wilkes. And he goes in for the dunk.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had earlier. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, to think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And if you're sensing a concern, best thing you can do is call timeout.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. You've got to get this game under control. I think he sees some adjustments he can make.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Big Dog is jacked in for Rivers. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. And it's Garcia in for the Beast. And Garcia kicks to Joseph. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Joseph.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
The Nets are gone, 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Harris against Joseph. Johnson the screen. Harris dishes to Johnson. Lee with the block. They recover it. Abdul Rahim's shot is good. Outside. side, Garcia. Joseph with the ball. He's got 16. 51 seconds left in the first half of the game. Just 5 on the clock. There's the pick. Lee. Back to Joseph. Lee outside. Screen by Brand. Lee with another miss. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Harris passes to Abdul Rahim. Johnson kicks to Lopez. Releases from 15. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. And 12 points for Brook Lopez.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Hornets lead by 21. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
I love how they opened the game. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heads. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. Look at the field goal percentage against them. This tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively. Not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time. Not enough disruption.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan.
And we return to Brooklyn, the Barclays Center. As you can see from that gorgeous shot. Charlotte leading by 21. Gill is out there with Jason Kidd. Then it's Jefferson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Abdul Rahim in at the fourth. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Now Joseph, they set the pick. To the wing on the left. And the pass to Wolf, 13 feet away. And Abdul Rahim pulls it down. Abdul Rahim's got his third rebound on the night. Lopez right side. Pass to Abdul Rahim. Kidd kicks to Jefferson. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Kidd's got 3 assists in the game. And here is Joseph. 16 points for him. Pass to B-Train. And the layup is good. B-Train's got 9 points. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Passes it to Gill. And it's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. feed the kid. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
You take nothing for granted. These teams are very familiar with one another, and we expect a close contest.
Lee against Gill. Outside Jefferson. Launches it. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity. Just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Timeout called, the Nets.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Kidd dishes to Lopez. Here's Jefferson. Lays it up. The glass. Jefferson's got 9.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Kidd with the double. Intercepted. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. He's got 16.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev. But he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now, here in the third. Now, here's Joseph. He's got 16. The pass to B-Train. Unloads, and out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
All right, a chance to see stats for Rivers. Good season for him last year. He put up about 6 points per game, over 2.5 blocks and 7 rebounds. And on both ends of the floor, he's a guy they look for to take up space inside.
Well, certainly with the rebounding, with the ability to block shots, basically he does all the dirty work, so the other guys can look pretty.
And he was clipped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Nets making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Here's Joseph. Here's the screen. Inside. And then Rivers with the dunk.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Gill kicks to Kidd. Off the pick. That one rolling around and rims out.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Yeah, the defender all over him.
Free throw good, Joseph. And Joseph drops them both. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Kidd. Pass to Abdul-Rahim. Kidd against Joseph. Outside Kidd. 5 to shoot. Here's Gill. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Charlotte's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. To the right side. Rivers gets a wide open look. Hits the jumper in space. Rivers has got 8.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The Nets shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. Here's Joseph. He's got 18. Kidd with the double. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. They get it back. Over in the corner, Lee. Joseph with the ball. Another shot. Martin gets the rebound. Hill kicks to Jefferson. Pass to Abdul Rahim. Dishes the Kidd. Outside for Jefferson. Feeds to Martin. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Back to Lee. Now Joseph. Pass to Wolf. There's the triple. They grab their own miss. On the wing, Lee. He's covered by Kidd. And here is Lee. He's got 10. And Joseph kicks to Rivers. Out left to the wing. Here's Wolf. Back to Rivers. For Martin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact. And he'll go to the line for two. They get Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, easy call.
A free throw drops for Rivers. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Rivers hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
The Nets have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Timeout called the Nets.
Hey guys, you know you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
Big Dog is jacked in for the Hornets. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Jefferson.
Well, you have to give him credit because he's done everything he can to help contribute, but it doesn't appear to be in the cards for him tonight. A lot of strange releases, and he just isn't the same efficient scorer that we're used to seeing.
Count that bucket. Jefferson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now, here's Joseph. 18 points for him. Brand, a screen on Harris. Joseph, the pass to Brand. And the rebound goes to Martin. Martin's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And it's lights out with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Poked away. Johnson against Lee. Floats one. Martin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Big Dog's got his 4th rebound in this one. The drive by Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Harris dishes to Martin. Here's the screen. And the pass to Van Horn. Harris outside. Shot clock at 6. From deep 3-point range. Harris missing again.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
Johnson with it. Picked up by Joseph.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Garcia, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
Martin gets to Harris. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Harris has got 6 points.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Here's Dio. Joseph with the ball. On the wing, Lee. To the paint. Here's Dio. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Really well done on that assist. He sees the target inside and puts it right into the hands.
Screen by Jefferson. And here's Johnson outside. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. He's got 5.
Boy, ran his man right into the pick and got the open look. Basketball 101.
Here's Dio. Charlotte calls timeout. Some changes. Charlotte. ABC's checked in for Lee, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. Here's Campbell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's the screen. Back to Garcia. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Jefferson, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Gwinnett shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Jefferson. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Screen by Brand. Now Campbell. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brand, and then Brand with the dunk.
Oh, and one little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make, GA. So pretty when it works. And Jefferson wide open. He shoots. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Jefferson's got 16 points.
Well, he works to find the open space behind the arc, and it pays off with the 3. Nice.
Harris against Campbell. Out to the right wing. Outside, Garcia. Brand sets a screen for Garcia. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
And that's a big boy dunk right there. He threw that down like a sledgehammer.
That is a violent attack on the rim. inside from 10 feet out. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And so it's Charlotte finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. But we'll see. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Yeah, this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Charlotte's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Prophet is out there with Big Cat. And it's ABC. Then there's Campbell. And it's Big Dog in at the 5. Pass to Campbell. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite certainly, Doris. We all love it as broadcasters, as fans. But are there any changes you'd like to make in any event or the weekend overall?
Well, I think one thing that would be fascinating to me is to see the best players, for instance, the Klay Thompsons, the Steph Currys, those people, the best shooters in the league, participate in that particular three-point contest. Think back to Larry Bird when he walked in the locker room and said, who's coming in second tonight? Like, those are great. We can't get enough of our stars. I'd like to see the stars have to participate in at least one event, Kev.
Good thoughts.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And so he hits both. And Brooklyn has possession. LeVert the pass to Harris. Right wing. A tray. A nice shot by LeVert.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Brand, a screen on Harris. Campbell kicks to Garcia. Screen by Brand. Garcia goes in. Inside. Clock at 6.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. LeVert the pass to Mozgov. Harris outside. Free throw line jump shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become these shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art.
That's correct. What a fantastic game he's had on the offensive end. If only his teammates could keep up.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Screen by Brand. Pass to Big Dog. Here's ABC. Charlotte moving it around. And Garcia has it in the corner. And the call will go against Big Cat. That is his first foul of the game. Bertuzzi's checked in. For the Hornets, B-Train comes in for Big Cat. Stolen by Rivers. To the middle. And then Rivers with the dunk.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Hit against Kemp. That one off the back iron and out.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
It's good. 14 points for the Monster.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Hit against Campbell. Pass it to Gill. Here's the three. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Kidd's got his 4th assist in this one. Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-back stores. How much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate, put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
Here's B-Train. Charlotte calls timeout. Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Harris. Charlotte also making some changes. The Beast comes in for the Prophet. And Lee subbed in for ABC. Lee outside. Taken away by Kidd. To the inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Wolf. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Gill. Of course, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
This is as good as it gets from the charity strike here in the second.
Rivers a screen on Kidd. And there's the pass to Wolf. Rivers kicks to Lee. Rivers sets the pick for Lee. 4 on the shot clock. Good for his 6th make, and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Gill the pass to Kidd. Lopez dishes the Kidd. 16 feet away. Almost, but it rolls out.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there's a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
It's tipped, and they're able to recover. Another shot, and the layup by Lee.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Lopez passes to Abdur Rahim. Back to Lopez. Campbell against Kidd. Shoots over Campbell. Kidd, no good.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a three-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of... Wow.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stud. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Fades away. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Kid's got 22 points.
He hits one in the first half, another here. Not prolific, but the defense has to keep an eye on him.
And here is Campbell to the wing right side. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Richard Jefferson. Big Dog, he's checked in for the Hornets. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Mozgov passes to Hollis Jefferson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's the beast. Campbell with it. Screen by Brandt. Campbell kicks to Lee. Here's Dio. Mozgov covering. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Lee. Out to the right wing. Here's the beast. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Mozgov a screen on Campbell. Kid dishes to Mozgov. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, Mozgov's a big target now. As soon as you leave him as a defender, he'll finish an alley-oop on you.
Eudora, on the subject of league expansion, Commissioner Silver has said that 30 teams feels about right at this point. How long do you think it's going to be before we add another franchise or two to?
Let me just say that I completely concur with Commissioner Silver. The last thing we want to see when the NBA is at its peak in popularity is expansion that might dilute some of the competitiveness that we want to see happen. The bigger question right now is these super team issues. Are we at a point where there is such disparity between the best teams in the league and the worst? Let's address that first, and then we can look at expansion down the road.
So you do not like the super team aspect that we're beginning to see formulate from time to time?
I don't necessarily want to say that. I think the jury is still out, Kevin. We have to see how the next 2 or 3 years plays out as it relates to both Cleveland and Golden State. I think there was a period in the 80s where it felt like it was the Lakers and the Celtics every year. Let's not overreact, but certainly let's not add teams before we make sure we are where we need to be from a competitiveness standpoint.
The Nets making a switch here. Verajav's checked in. Kid against King, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. The first one falls. The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. ABC's checked in for Charlotte. Oriaki comes in for Campbell. Charlotte has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Pass to Boyd. Here's ABC. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Screen by Brandt. From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
Well, that's a superb effort on the defensive end. You don't allow the shooter to get into a rhythm from deep.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Charlotte.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And watch them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for the Prophets.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Here's Doyle, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Farish now. And he makes the first. And so he hits both. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now here's Kidd. He kicks it to Mozgov. Count that one.
Boy, when you deliver the ball to Mozgov on the interior, he knows how to get it done.
Here's Oriaki. Here's Boyd. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony,